Right, let's get moving. Andrew, good to see you, mate. How you doing?
And you, Rich? Fine, mate, yourself?
Yeah, it's been a while. You obviously got back a few weeks ago with a little knockabout at York Hall. Needed it?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a long time coming, weren't it? I waited 12 months, didn't I? So it was good to get back in there and under the lights and doing what I do best.
Does ring rust exist? Is it a true story?
I've never believed in it, you know, because I had three and a bit years out and come back flying on all cylinders. But
it's true.
Definitely had to shake a bit of ring with stuff. I'd say in that last one there, the earlier rounds, my time, and that was just a tiny bit off. No, not much, nothing too major, but it's definitely a bit of ring rust there, like defo.
I guess the main thing is timing, isn't it?
That's it, lad. Yeah, everything's timing, innit? Everything in life, boxing, it's all timing, innit?
Now you obviously fought in Telford against Baluta roughly a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Tell us about the horrible surgery you had to have afterwards. It was really involved taking something from your hip and putting it in your hand. Yeah. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I think, you know what, the injury I think is quite common, but what it was, I injured my hand before the fight, so I done it in sparring and just kept it hush and just couldn't turn the fight down. It was a big occasion, you know, big opportunity for me, so I turned up to the fight with an injury, and obviously because it was already damaged, I made it worse in the fight, and I ended up with like three separate injuries in my hand, so it's quite a bad one. But yeah, the surgery's going well, and the hand's feels to be fully back, so we'll see, won't we?
Did they take bone from your hip or ligament or?
Bone, yeah, bone. Take bone. It's like a bone fusion.
Grafted it into your hand?
Yeah, bone fusion it's called, so it's quite a long period. You'd have to wait for it to fuse together. It's not like when you get pins and it heals a lot faster, you know what I mean? But
so you go in with a broken hand and come out with a limp?
Yeah, yeah, that's it, lad, yeah. Yeah, I was stuck in the bed for about 10 days, 2 weeks, but it seems to be all worth it in the end now.
Hard for you though, isn't it? Because, I mean, you were building some serious momentum, you were keeping fairly busy, and then all of a sudden you know, just by your hand and how you're feeling, this is going to be a long one. Mentally, yeah. That must be hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew with when I spoke to the surgeon and stuff, I knew it was going to be a long, because he told me that it takes a while to recover from this, and it takes a while for the bone to fuse together and stuff. So yeah, it was frustrating, but you know, I kept my head on it, and I stayed in the gym, and I'm proud of myself for doing so, because a lot of people would have went astray there and, you know, went out drinking, partying and stuff like that. I didn't do none of that, mate. I kept my head on it, and obviously I don't know whether it's God or whether it's the universe or what, but look what's happened now. I've ended up at the right weight. I've ended up with this opportunity, what's come about. So just everything's on the up, mate, and I'm on the rise, and looking forward to continuing it.
I don't want to dwell on that fight, but I'll ask you one more thing about it. In the build-up to it, I came up to see you in one or two other interviews I saw where you seemed to be quite offended with the idea that people thought it was going to be a war. And you were saying, I can split boxing like Sonny fucking Edwards if I want to.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way it's going to be a war, I'm too clever for that. And you went out and it was an all-out fucking tear-up, wasn't it? You knocked him down twice or three times in the first round. And there was no way you were doing anything scientific in that ring.
Nah.
So what was the story?
The hand won it, so
I
got in.
I've got to get him out of there.
Well, yeah, I got in thinking I've got to do this kid in the first round, and you never should go to a fight thinking that, you know. But I half had no choice, because I knew my hand was already hit, and I knew one or two good shots I'm going to be really feeling it. So, and that was exactly what happened. But I was almost right, weren't I? Because I nearly did get him in the first, but it's not a good way to be turning up to a fight, you know, thinking I've got to do this kid in the first. So
you knew you was
that's what happened
after the first round.
To be honest, mate, like after that first round, my mindset changed, and I was sort of not on the defensive, but yeah, I weren't myself. My ideas weren't able to flow, and I was thinking about the hand, and I was thinking about getting through to the later rounds and the hand and stuff. So all I remember from that fight is just seeing his face there in front of me, and just moving away and just leaving it. And like, he's that face first and wide open, that what I'd done to him in the first would have continued in the second and the third and the fourth, and he would have been out of there, which is definitely what would have happened, you know, if I weren't injured turning up there. But
I've got to say this, and it's not just because I consider you as my mate, it's still won the fight.
Yeah, I thought so.
Frank thought so, didn't he? Sort of.
Yeah, it ended up a close fight, you know, because what happened and stuff. But I genuinely believe that guy's not on my level, and I believe
he didn't make up for those. I don't think he made up those 2 knockdowns.
Nah, if you watch the fit, like even the rounds what you could say that he did win, they were really tight rounds, you know, and then the rounds what I won early on and that were they were so clear, and I was levels above the guy even when he had one hand, and I didn't throw right for about 2 rounds, but in the end, like Paul said to me, you know, just miss with it and stuff and feint with it and that, and I just said to him, look, I'm going to use it, and I was just landing it anyway and just getting serious pains in it and that, and just kept going with it, but weren't able to flow and work the way I would have liked to. But it was a good night, and I enjoyed that night as well, because I didn't know what it was like to be in a war like that, so it was brilliant. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you'll take a lot from it.
And another thing, I feel like it was meant to be as well, because if it would have got the decision which I believe I deserved, I'd still be at super bantamweight, I'd still have that little belt, and I'd still be looking to push on at that weight. So I'm at the right weight now, and this opportunity's come about. So if anything's meant to be, this is, isn't it?
All right, talk to me about Lane v Cain. This fella's coming off. I mean, I saw him fight a few years ago against Brad Foster at Stevenage, and you wouldn't have pictured but he'd be British champion after bashing up 2 home fighters in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on him?
I haven't watched much of him, to be fair. I've seen his interview, so I know he's got a good story and he's got a good background that he's coming up from, but you know, I don't believe he's on my level. Obviously it's a fight and anything can happen, so I'm going to be switched on and I won't be underestimating him, but I believe I'm levels above in every aspect of the boxing game, you know, so looking forward to it, mate, looking to put another devastating performance in and really solidify my career and get myself on the right path again.
He clearly likes a fight.
Yeah,
he's not technical.
It's game, yeah, it's game. But they all are, aren't they, Richard? You know, they're all game at this level, aren't they? You've got to be, otherwise you don't make it here. And you know, he's done something right, and you don't give them belts away, do they? So he's got them for a reason, you know.
So finally, second fight at bantamweight. I'm assuming the one the other week was close enough to bantamweight, was it?
£1.5 above it was.
And you're fighting for the British title. So if you win the British title in your second fight at bantamweight,
when I win the British,
what a launch pad for, you know, the next phase of your career. I know you've had the WBC belt. You can go and get that again at some point.
Not on that.
But you know, you're off and running when you get this, aren't you?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely, I'm on the right track then, aren't I, Rich? A couple more fights, 3, 4 maybe. Big wins, maybe even less, you know. I could be fighting for the world title, couldn't I? So I'm definitely ready for it, lad, yeah, looking forward.
And a quick word on the boy fighting in Saudi again next week.
Yeah, Nick Ball, he's going to become world champion next week, isn't he?
Hope so.
No, we're all striving for him, we all believe in him.
You can be going out there with him, have you?
Yeah, I'm going, yeah. Went to the last one, I'm going to go to this one as well.
Enjoy it out there, did you?
Yeah, it's good. It's different, innit? It's different, it's very different, but I liked it, mate. I think the people are great and that, and the hospitality is good, innit?
Could be you at some point, so couldn't it?
Yeah, hopefully, mate, yeah. Definitely.
Andrew, every success to you as always. It's
right,
good to see you after a while.
And you, mate.
Thank you, pal.
Thank you.